Hello, I am Enrique Zapata. I'm the holder of a couple of pull-up records, and this is the Tom Rowland podcast.
Enrique Zapata, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the invitation.
I'm happy to have you on. You came highly recommended by our mutual friend, Rich Hernandez. People that listen to the show, they know Rich Hernandez do hard things 365, and he does hard things, but so do you. You have a 12-hour pull-up record at 7,100. 7,100 pull-ups in 12 hours. That's amazing.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's quite a lot of pull-ups for a short amount of time.
It is. So tell me about why you chose to go after this particular record. Why pull-ups for you?
Why pull-ups? Because first, they're hard. So I wanted to test myself, test my body, and test the knowledge I was learning from a new perspective of health and performance. I was studying because I was sick. I was hypertensive. I had panic attacks and anxiety and all this stuff. And I had a lot of issues, health issues. I was overweight and
Really?
Yeah, I was an alcoholic. And then I made a decision to turn my life around. And when I started to understand better how the body works, I noticed that there's a lot of information out there that people do not get. They cannot get their hands on this information. And I wanted to test it out, doing something really hard. From being an obese, hypertensive guy to having a nice Guinness World Record. And I chose pull-ups first because they are hard, and second because of David Goggins. When I was transforming myself, my mind and my body, I came across this great book, Can't Hurt Me. I know a lot of people have, and this is a great book. And when I heard that David Goggins had a Guinness World Record for most pull-ups in 24 hours, and he did 4,030 pull-ups, I was like, oh man, that guy is Superman. That's out of my league, you know. That's completely out of my league. That's not me. But when you hear the audiobook, in the audiobook, they have like this podcast going on between chapters and challenges and so on. And he says, I am not your fucking hero. Don't put me on a pedestal. I am telling my story so you can think of yourself. What are you doing with your own story? And that got me, bro. That got me deep. And I said, okay, Roger that. Let's do it. So I started training to beat him at first. And then I decided to have the records for myself. And I want the 3 records, the 3 endurance records, 8 hours, 12 hours, and 24 hours at the same time to show that anybody can do it, to prove to me and the world, anybody can do it.
Wow. So what does it mean to you? Like you are at first, you're putting David Goggins on a pedestal. You're reading his book and thinking, wow, what an amazing athletic achievement of doing his pull-up record. What does it mean to you when you change your mindset into like, I'm going to compete with him and I'm going to beat him, and you're doing it for yourself? Like, I like what you said there. Like, how did that mindset shift change for you?
Yeah, I can tell you the good marketing story, or I can tell you the truth, bro. And
let's hear the truth.
If truth be told, it's an everyday thing. Some days I don't believe in myself. Even though I have these 2 records on my wall, I still have doubts. I still have issues trusting myself. And sometimes my mind still tells me to this day, I am not good enough. it's an everyday thing. I could tell you the good marketing story, the hero journey is you transform yourself and you are good to go forever. That's not true, bro. I mean, I'm still afraid of pain. I'm still afraid of not being good enough. And sometimes I see David Goggins and I'm like, yeah, man, but he's 50, bro. I mean, I'm 35, he's 50, he's still better. And sometimes I say, oh, come on, dude. He had this record after 2 heart surgeries. I mean, he's still better, you know? So yeah, I'm now trying to I am like, I don't know the word in English, but trying to take control of my mind. But this is an everyday work. It's a workout every day to train your mind, because your mind is always there trying to protect you. But if you allow it to protect you, you will check out from life, man. You know, because it will hold you back. It will say, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't be vulnerable. Don't say the truth. Don't show emotion. Don't go that way because you can fail. And yeah, fear is something that's never finished.
Right.
We are never done from fear.
Well, so let's talk about like your decision to go for this record. Like what had to happen when you like make that something that you want to do? Like you've changed your life. Obviously you're getting in some kind of good shape, to even consider doing 4,000 pull-ups. I mean, yeah, that was the record before. 4,100, I think, was Goggins' record. So in order to do that in 12 hours, you got to be in some pretty good shape. So what happened when you decide, like, this is something I'm going to train for, I'm going to do this, and this is my goal?
I mean, that's an awesome question, because sometimes when people ask me about what happens first, what was the first thing that happened? The first thing that happened is that I was in a decent shape, and as I said, I transformed my life, and I was in a decent shape. I was healthy, and I wanted to test. I wanted to push myself. So the first thing that happened is that normally you go to a gym. If you want to do a workout, you go to the gym, and maybe you do 6 rounds of 10 pull-ups. And that's a nice workout, you know. that's a pretty decent workout. So I was there, and the first day I said, you know, fuck it, I'll do it, and I said it out loud. I told it to my girlfriend in that time. I told it to my partners, to my business partners. So told it to the world. I felt dumb, you know. I felt really, really dumb saying that out loud, because I was nobody, you know. I was nobody then, and
right, saying that
saying it out loud, that's really something. And starting to believe in myself, that was really something. So first day, I got, it was pandemic. It was in the middle of the pandemic, so it was August 2020. August 2020, 1st of August, August 1st, 2020, I got a pull-up bar installed in my house. So I started training. You know, my technique was horrible. My technique was horrible. And people laughed at me, you know. You are going for the pull-up record. You can't even do them correctly. You know, they didn't have even a proper form. Yeah, they were laughing, and it's okay. It's okay. It's just a process. It's part of the process. If you want to be good at something, you have to suck at first, you know, every time. So I started in the first day. The first day I changed from doing 10 pull-ups, like a regular gym session, whatever. I started going for 3. Just 3 every minute. Just started there. First session, I did 500 pull-ups. First one, first training session, out of the blue, you know. And yeah, it changed the way I think about it. You need two big things, in my opinion, to pursue your dreams. You need to get an ability and train your ability and practice that ability to a higher level until you get mastery. And second, you need courage. You need courage. Any big story, any success story is a story of courage. I think the world is for the bold. I truly believe it. I truly believe in that. The world is for the bold. You need two things. Yeah, also to get mastery on your practice, on your ability, you need discipline and all these things. But the main two components of success, I think, is courage and ability and practice. Mastery from your ability, I think. So this is the first thing that happened. I had the courage to say it out loud and to make a commitment. Yeah, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And it's been 5 years, nearly 5 years since then. My life has changed a lot. Got divorced once, lost 2 companies, lost nearly everything more than once. But the thing is, I can't stop. I'm obsessed. And this is my life, man.
Wow. So all of the loss that you had, is that related at all to the pull-up record?
It has something to do because it's quite demanding, and it's very demanding. So the time, the discipline it takes, the energy, it requires everything. Because if you don't put everything there, you will not be the best.
That's right.
And people, it's hard for people to get it. It's hard for people to get it, and when you meet somebody truly obsessed with something, that person is normally going to be misunderstood.
Yeah. And so that in your own life, that caused you to lose businesses and relationships?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. I've lost business. I've lost relationships. I've heard from people around me that even my parents used to tell my friends or my girlfriend, just tell Enrique to stop. Just tell him, just please ask him to stop. Even my parents,
Wow.
They were, even though face to face they are supporting me, behind me they are saying, can you convince him? Just tell him to stop. It's okay. He doesn't have anything to prove. He already has something here. He's already there. Just tell him to stop.
Wow.
It's quite lonely.
Yeah. Very lonely. And also often very difficult when it comes from the people that are the closest to you, like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's something, but you overcame and you did it, and that's amazing. Tell me this. First of all, I want to know what it felt like after you did your first training session. You knock out 500 pull-ups. I'm assuming that's probably 5 times more than you'd ever done before in your life, at least. How did that feel, recovery wise? Was it hard to recover from that? Were you super sore?
Not really, because I am a scientist, not in the formal way, but yeah, I use the scientific method. I have a hypothesis. I learn something. I have a hypothesis. I test it. I learn, and I have a feedback loop to, if it works, take it. If it doesn't, just throw it away. And I'm learning. I'm the best in the world doing pull-ups, and I still look at proper technique videos in YouTube. I'm still learning, man.
So what is it
and test it?
What is it that you're doing that you said you have a scientific method, and that you were able to do the 500 pull-ups without being that sore? What did you change, or what were you testing?
I was testing my. First of all, I started using proper breathing methods. I was just using my nose to breathe.
Only nose breathing.
Only nose breathing. First and foremost. Second, I started using palm cooling. Palm cooling. I was cooling down my hands and cooling down my face. It works a lot. I think that's a game changer for sure for endurance. Cooling the palms of your hands, the bottom of your feet, and your face helps a lot because, I mean, the temperature. If your temperature goes high, some enzymes in your muscles are not working well enough. So you stop using the mitochondria to make energy, and you start using only glucose, and that glucose have some byproducts. If you are anaerobic, it's the name anaerobic. If you're in an anaerobic state, your muscle goes anaerobic. You start to accumulate lactate, and it generates a acidic environment in your muscle, and that's what gets you. That's one part of what gets you sore. It's called metabolic stress. The second thing is that if you have it's called a negative portion of the exercise. You have the positive portion, the concentric, and you have the eccentric. The eccentric is the one that gets you the most sore. If you avoid the eccentric and just get loose, you lose from the bar. That's why I did 3. I just have 3 concentrics and 2 eccentrics. So I had 1/3 of the soreness out of the equation, Yeah, there are a lot of stuff that it's out there, so you can improve your physical performance really quick. Really, really quick. Also, the nutrition, the inflammation. Yeah, your inflammation is really big.
That's the first thing that you talk about, is that there's information out there that a lot of people don't have. I want to talk to you more about that. I've heard about the palm cooling. And so how are you doing that? And why is it working? Like, are you putting your hands on ice, or are you wearing a glove, or like, what are you doing to cool your palms?
That's really easy. I use one of 2 things. I use this therapeutic, this kind of therapeutic stuff that you freeze. That they are made out of gel. I don't know them. Yeah,
so like a Bengay, or like a pad that has some sort of like a cream on it that is like
there are pads that you can get into the freezer, and it gets frozen.
Okay, so they're frozen.
You use it. But not ice directly. It's like a gel that you can freeze and then take it to the microwave and warm them up, or whatever.
Sure.
For contrast therapy. But I use these pads for my face and my hands. But if it can't be that cool in the hands, because it will make vasoconstriction, so the arteries and the veins will collapse and the blood flow will be bad. So not much cooling in the hands. I use like a regular fan, like a fan that blows some air in the hands. But for my face, I use these cooling pads, and I also use cold, like cans of water, cans of soda, and just take cold cans, and it helps a lot. You shouldn't be cooling that much your hands. In the feet, I'm just barefoot, and stepping on the floor barefoot, and that helps.
I noticed 2 things when I was looking at your Instagram. When you were setting the record, I was looking at the different videos of you doing pull-ups, and so it seemed like I counted 11 when you were doing sets of 11, which you just said that you were doing sets of 3, so that you would have only 2 negatives and 3 positives, right? So you're pulling up 3 times, but you're only dropping twice. Is that why you did 11 sets of 11? So that you would have 1 less drop?
Fast forward 4 years, or 3 years, and my muscles and my fascia and my tendons are way stronger. I do a ultrasound, like a vision checkup on my shoulder joints and my elbow joints every year, so I can see how I'm doing. And I think, in my opinion, my experience is that the biggest thing you need to adapt is your fascia. The fascia is the big thing there, because now I can just make the pull up and kind of use gravity to go down. Just drop, but still hanging there.
Yes.
It's a little bit hard on the joints, but they are now really, really hard. They got like calluses in there, not like physical ones, but
yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
They endure. They can take it. So I don't have that much negatives anymore. I don't do eccentrics, really hard eccentrics. I'm like, and also I just pull hard in the first with most strength in the first maybe 50% of the pull up. I pull hard, and then it's just like fly along.
Yes.
I'm really, really efficient there. So I am not making that much effort.
Wow. So let's talk about, like, as you prepare for this, and you started out with just sets of 3, and then let's say maybe 60 days before you're going to try this record. What does your training look like? Fast. You've trained for 3 years, so now you're preparing. In 60 days, you're probably going to have a little bit of a taper or something. Maybe some people do for running and other things when they're preparing for a race. But you're going to have your hardest training, and then you're going to be ready for the test. What does that look like?
Yeah, next in the last day of May, it's like Saturday 31st, May 31st. I will be going back for my 8-hour pull-up record. Somebody broke it. I did 4,949 in 2023, and somebody last November made 100 more, so it's 5,049. So I'm going back in like 8 days or 9 days back for the world record. So I can tell you now what's going on. And now I'm losing weight. I used to be 80 kilograms. That is around 176 pounds. 176 pounds, and I lost 5 kilograms. I lost 5 kilograms. That's like 11 pounds.
Yes.
And now I'm 165, more or less. That's one big thing.
Is that your competition weight? Is that where you want to be?
That's where I want to be. Yeah, because I am doing this 8-hour pull-up record. Then I'm going again for the 12-hour record, because I am way stronger now than last year. And then I am using all this for training to go for the 24-hour Guinness World Record.
That's a very competitive record. I followed Truett Haynes also. He is very serious about it, and will definitely be a fierce competitor.
Yes, sir. He is. Nowadays, he's the person that has done the most pull-ups ever.
Yeah.
in a single day. So in a single session, incredible. Nowadays he's the man. But I've done more than 1 million pull-ups in the last 5 years. Wow. And yeah, I'm ready. I just
you are.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Your real goal.
Total opposite.
Your real goal is to hold the 8, the 12, and the 24 all at once, like the undisputed title.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's the goal. That's awesome. The dream. Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. So let's talk about, like, we can either talk about how you're going to prepare for this 8, or when you went for the 12. Like, what's the setup? Like, I know you have to conform to the record team. They're going to make you do it a certain way or have a certain setup. And you're going to want to choose a setup that you're comfortable with and people around you that you're comfortable with. So tell me how you chose where you're going to do this record or attempt this record and who you're going to have with you and what that looks like.
Yeah, that's a great question, Tom, because this is a big deal. This is a very big deal, you know. While you are doing these kind of things, well, while I am doing this, I cannot be thinking about anything else. I need to trust that the people that are there for me, they know what they are doing, and I need them to know my mindset. I need them to understand that I will not stop. Before I started, I talked to my girlfriend. And I said to her, there is no towel. Like in a boxing match, there is no towel. I will not surrender. So I hope you understand this. We will not stop. I will not stop. And I hope you are on my side at this, because I will not stop until it's done. And she's health expert. She's really, really, really good. She's a clinical nutritionist, and she's really big here in Mexico. And I trust her for my nutrition, for my hydration, for my weight, for my appearance. And when I went to pee, and she has to supervise that the color of the pee was okay, because it started to turn brownish, not full rhabdo, but maybe risky.
How long did it start to go darker? Like for the listeners, if your urine goes darker color, that's a sign of rhabdomyolysis, and that is when your muscles are breaking down so much that your kidneys cannot clear the muscle waste. So you have protein in your bloodstream. It's very, very dangerous, and it shows up first as dark urine. That's their first indication. Then it can go really bad, and you can end up in the hospital, and it can actually kill you to do this. Yeah. So how long did it take for that to happen, for the first signs of that?
10 hours, maybe. Okay. 10 hours. It happens 10 hours. So I called her.
So in your training sessions, what would be an extraordinarily long training session up to this? Would you go 10 hours, or would you? What's a long training session?
No, just normally I keep my training sessions 90 minutes tops.
Okay.
Because after 90 minutes, there is a hormonal imbalance. You start to have hormonal issues because of cortisol and adrenaline and that sort of stuff. So normally I have shorter sessions than 90 minutes, but once a week I have a longer session, and I can be doing 3 hours, 4 hours, and the longest is 6 hours.
Okay. All right. So at 10, you're in kind of not real familiar territory.
Yeah, I was 10 hours. That was the first time ever I was beyond 10 hours. I did once 9 hours, but it was back in the day where in 9 hours I did 4,600 or something like that. So I was not that fast as nowadays. So I called her. I called Mariana to come check it out, and she was like, no, it's no problem. It's just the I drink for my carbohydrate intake, because normally I am a low carb athlete, but in those cases it's smart. It's just smart to use carbohydrates.
What are you choosing to? What kind of carbohydrates are you choosing to use?
I drink mainly carrot juice mixed with it's called it's the purple
beet,
like radish, but purple, and
is it a beet
juice. Yes, beet juice.
So carrot juice
and carrot juice mixed.
Okay.
Beet juice and carrot juice mixed. With water. I use like 500 milliliters of that mix with 500 milliliters of water and salt. And then I have another glass of water with just water and electrolytes. And that's my hydration for the day. That's mainly what I drink during the record. I also use a electrolyte and amino acids supplement that helps me to still get neurotransmitters because they get low when you're working out.
What amino acids?
Essential amino acids, essentials. It's like a mix of 12 essentials and conditionally essential amino acids. They are designed. This supplement is designed especially for endurance athletes. Okay. It's electrolytes and minerals, trace minerals, and amino acids. So because there is a chance that you get to this wall or this bunk, the wall where you crash and you start to feel all weak and dizzy and you can't keep up. It would be carbohydrates in your blood. It can also be temperature, and it can also be deficiency of neurotransmitters, neurotransmitter deficiency. So you need amino acids. But in that kind of stress, you shouldn't be eating protein because your digestive system will collapse, bro. So you use pre-digested amino acids.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to ask what the temperature is. Like, are you doing this in air conditioning on purpose? Like what's the temperature?
Yeah. Here in Querétaro is really warm. Nowadays, it's in Celsius, it's 33, 35 degrees. I don't know the units in Fahrenheit, but it's really warm. It's really warm, and it's hell. I use a portable air conditioner that blows directly on me, and some other fans. But yeah, temperature is really bad, and also the altitude. I live in Querétaro City, and Querétaro City is around 1,900 meters over sea level.
Wow.
Yeah, it's high. I'm losing like a 10% performance on that alone.
Yeah. So do you ever think you might want to go to a different place where it's cooler and lower?
I'd love it, bro. I'd love it, man. But to take all the team, all the infrastructure down there in Mexico, all the cities, all the main places in Mexico are high. You need to go to the beach, and if you go to the beach, it's warm and humid. And it's not a big, not a great idea.
Okay, well, you've obviously done a great job where you are. I'm sure it'll continue like that. So you've got this team around you. You've got your place.
Sure.
You've got your gear. You're using sponges on your hands. Or do you have any other gear that you use? You're going in there. It looked like you got your shirt off, your shoes off, sponges on your hands. That's it.
There's a lot I can tell you. For example, from today, I have this blister. Yeah, it's a big one. It's like this size. Yeah. Yes. This size. So what I do is I just open it, drain it, and fill it up with crazy glue. This is the best thing you've ever tried for blisters. Really, because normally you cannot keep up. It starts to hurt a lot if you still do pull-ups with a blister, and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. But if you open it up just a little bit, fill it with crazy glue, and then close it, press it, it's like nothing happened.
Good to go.
I'm telling you.
What about when you tear it all the way off? Like I'll have the same thing when I'm doing a lot of pull-ups. I'll just tear it. You'll tear the whole callus off, right? What do you do when that happens?
Just patch it up with crazy glue, bro. Yeah. It will hurt. It will hurt. It hurts a lot. I mean, I tell people, and this is really hard to understand, but I'm scared. Every time I'm doing this, I am scared because I know it will hurt. a lot. I've been there. I've been through hell and came back, and it's not nice. It's really not nice, and it's not fun.
So tell me what's the worst injury, the worst that you've put your body through doing this, either in training or on the day of the record?
The hardest, it should be the 12-hour record, because two things happened. The hands were hurting a lot. I mean, 7,100 pull-ups are a lot. So hands were killing me. Elbows killing me. Shoulders were killing me. But there was a situation where I my body started to shut down, and I had this experience before. In January 2023, I did an exhibition, practice 4-hour exhibition for the local university, and I got sick. It was all planned. I got COVID, and I said, fuck it, I will do it. so my oxygenation was low, really, really low. I did 2,400 pull-ups in 4 hours or something like that. And I was struggling. I'm telling you, bro, I was really struggling. And what happened is that when the nervous system is so stressed that some things start to shut down. For example, I stopped getting touch feelings. They were putting me these cold pads. I was not feeling them.
You couldn't feel anything.
I couldn't feel my skin. I was gripping the bar. I was not feeling it. I was like, maybe I fall off, and I don't know. I don't know if I fall off and if I can do more pull-ups. I'm just on auto mode. I mean, I just turned off the autopilot and I'm going, bro. But I had my earphones plugged in, but no music. I was just focused. The playlist stopped or something, or they were dead of battery, or so I thought. And I was finishing. I was maybe in the last 50 pull-ups, and all the boys and girls, all the students were clapping and cheering. I took my earphones off, and I heard nothing. My ears were not working, bro. And I was like, okay, so I put them back in, and it just kept going. When I finished, I just laid down like 5 minutes, and everything went back to normal. But it was really, really, really hard. I was scared, bro. I was really, really scared. And but this was experience. This was a good experience, and I knew I studied it. I learned from it. I researched it, and I learned that it was as a nervous system trying to preserve function. And it's called mammalian. It's kind of fight or flight into the extreme. Yes. It's stress-induced analgesia, mammalian stress-induced analgesia, something like that. And maybe that's a translation. But the thing is that you just need to relax. That's the deal. So this happened in the 12-hour record. The mind is really, really the biggest enemy, the final frontier. I was perfectly okay. I was totally fine. I talked to this I discussed this with my team, with my girlfriend, and they were like, "You were totally fine. You just went close to the previous record, and you just broke down." And this happens. I was perfectly fine. The record was 5,700. And when I was 500 short from the breaking the 12-hour record, but I mean, I was at the 8.5 hours. 500 short for breaking the record. My mind started doubting. Maybe it's not possible. There is a reason. That's the record, man. Who do you believe yourself to Who do you think you are to be doing this? You will not do it. And the mind started to break me down, and I went into this state that I lost touch. I didn't lose the hearing, but I lost the touch sensations. I went into the cool tub, to the not ice tub but cool tub, and went out, and I was not feeling anything. And what I felt was my body was vibrating, like I felt my skin like that, like, and my belly was shaking. And I noticed, okay, I know this. You've been here. Just breathe. Just breathe. You've been here. You know what to do. You've been there, bro. So just chill out, and you'll be fine. So I used my previous experience that was horrible. It was really to the limit, but bring it back here to the 12-hour record. But back in January, the first time that happened, I just did it and I was done. I didn't have to keep up. Here, I still have nearly 4 hours to go after this breakdown. So that was hard.
I love those stories because I've watched Truett Haynes do the same thing. I mean, he's made several attempts that it was similar. Like he got close and then didn't do it. And then,
mind.
yeah, but then the next day he's like, I just broke down, not this time, like again. And so that goes into the training where you're training your body, you're training your fascia, as you're saying, you're getting stronger, everything's happening, but you're really training your mind. That if you could get past that just a little bit, then you might, and that's where the David Goggins stuff comes in so much, is like when you think you're done, you're only 40% there, man. You got more in the tank, but you'll never know that. You could say that all you want, but for whatever the activity is, for whatever the goal is, for what the record is that you're trying to accomplish, you have to skirt the edge of that and then back off, and skirt the edge of that and back off, and then have it in your mind that you can go further. And your body's telling you, bro, you're going to die. Like this seems like you're going to die. But you've learned enough about your body, and you have the people around you that aren't saying, "Oh, please don't go any further. You're going to die." They're saying, "You're close." Like this is happening because you're close to it. That's a big difference.
And that's a big deal. I mean, that's a big deal. I was telling you that I need people that knows my mindset. I told Mariana I'm not stopping. And when she saw the color of my urine, she just said, no, don't worry. It's your hydration. Just go back to the bar and do it. When we finished, she said, okay, I was a little bit worried, but if I told you I was worried, you would have broke down. So I just couldn't.
That's amazing.
That was the right call. She knows me. Any other girl, anyone would have said, "Oh, are you sure? That doesn't look nice. And you still have 2 hours to go. Are you sure about this? You already broke the record, so you don't need to do this." But she knows me, and she knows mindset, and she knows when it's okay. She had been with me nearly 3 years and knows mindset and knows how much I push myself. So this is one important thing, because I outsource reason. I can't reason. That's not my superpower in that moment. My superpower is to do what I know what to do. What I'm good at. For example, I have a great physiotherapist that knows me really well. We've been working together since 5 years now, since the beginning of the challenge. So when I'm hurting, I'm really, really hurting, I tell him, is that muscle going to break? And he says, no, bro, you're good to go. It doesn't matter how much it hurts. I'm still up in the bar because I believe him. I cannot trust myself, because if I trust my mind and my mind says, what if it breaks? What if this is your final pull-up and you can never go back to the bar because you broke a muscle and you need a really expensive surgery? And what if you cannot go back to the bar just because you are pushing yourself? if I allow that thought, just a little energy and a little space in my mind, I'm out of the game. So I just trust him. I mean, that hurts a lot, bro. Is that gonna break? And he says, no, bro, that's nothing out from the ordinary. And I trust him. He's really good, really, really good. So, okay, if you say it's a go, it's a go. It's green light. I go. Outsource reason.
So now you've done this a couple of times. You've set the records. You've done these extreme training sessions. You're learning more and more about your body. You've got a great team around you. What is the next 72 hours look like after you go through one of these extreme, like a 12-hour? You do pull-ups for 12 hours. How do you recover? What do you eat? What do you recover? How much do you sleep? Do you get in the ice? What do you do?
I normally use a rowing machine just to wash out all the metabolites. Mm-hmm. So that's normally what I do. I hydrate. I eat normally. I sleep, but not that good. Normally the sleep is really, really bad. But the big thing, maybe nobody talks about this, but the big thing is that after a great accomplishment, at least for me, comes a big depression. It starts, it's like a small or low level depression. When you read about it, it's called it's not the official name, but it's called the Aldrin syndrome or the Aldrin depression syndrome or something like that, because Buzz Aldrin was with Armstrong in the Apollo mission, stepping on the moon, and when he came back from that mission, he stepped into a huge depression because he was like, there is nothing else for me out there. There's no higher mountain than the moon. There's no bigger challenge. What am I gonna do next? It's more or less the same thing as when you go to a big holiday, a really awesome vacation, and you had the greatest time, and you come back to reality, and it's like, damn, I'm a little bit depressed after the big day, after a wedding, after a honeymoon, after a big holiday or vacation, after a big accomplishment, there goes a small depression. And the first time I did this, I still trained. I went back to training. I went back to the rowing machine, to the hydration, to the sleeping. I'm very, very up to this because I know when I'm at my worst, that's the most important time to be at my best. Talking about my discipline, what keeps me up and running. If I am depressed and not working out, depressed and not eating well, depressed and not sleeping well, I will collapse, man. I know I will collapse. So I don't allow my mind to have control over my body and my reality. I just grip it with a strong hand and don't allow it to take me off board, But there is a big thing. If somebody's out there feeling this depression after a big success, the way out of this is called the second mountain. There's a great book called The Second Mountain. And the main idea is that when you understand that it doesn't matter what you do, for it to be worth it, it should be of service. The thing that you do, it doesn't matter how much diplomas, records. It doesn't matter the number back here. It doesn't matter. It's just ego. The number is ego. How much I have in my wall, that's just ego. The really important thing is that I am smart enough, patient enough, humble enough to take all the lessons from being an obese, hypertensive guy to being this guy I'm now, and to take out all the information, all the golden nuggets there and share it to the world. If I am not doing this, it's worthless. worthless, completely worthless. Their records will be broken. My name will be forgotten. But the lessons, the information of transforming how I did transform. I'm obese, hypertensive that was about to die because of an alcohol overuse, and the all the problems I had, and transform him into what I'm now. That's the valuable part. If it's not serving, it's worthless. That's the big lesson behind it. And that's what brings me back. It doesn't matter how much records I have. It doesn't matter what I talk. Rich Hernandez, I tell him, we talk about this. The mission is to bring humanity forward. Because if I can do 12,000 pull-ups in 24 hours, it means everybody is capable of more. If there's a guy out there running a marathon in 1 hour and 55 minutes, everybody is better because he did it. If one person can, everybody's better.
Yes.
That's why we do it. This is service. And that's what takes me out of the depression, because it's not about me. I'm just a vehicle. That's how I think of myself, and that's what takes me out of the depression. I'm still disciplined. I still train. I still drink. I still eat, sleep. It's really hard because you don't have a big why. But when you go back to this second mountain lesson, that it's not about you. It's about the world. It's about the people around you, the people that helped you. You are more valuable, so you can help more. They pushed you. Now you're more valuable. Remember who helped you. Remember what they did for you. So you are more valuable for them. This is a big lesson.
Yeah, it is.
That takes you out from the darkness.
Yes, I see that. The service is manifesting through social media. Are you communicating with your followers through social media and communicating these messages and these lessons there, or is there another place that you're communicating with people?
Yeah, I'm mainly through social media, but social media for me is a big deal. Well, not in that way, but it's a little bit hard for me because it's the new TV, and
right.
The social media now is not the attention is well not distributed, because if you're not playing the game, like the big productions, the great hooks, the great infrastructure, even though your message is great, you're not playing the game. And for me to be playing the game of attention and robbing people of their attention and playing the game that is killing society mainly, for me it goes against my principles, and I'm having a really hard time doing this because my marketing people tell me you gotta do it, bro. It's not for you, it's for them. Don't think about you, think about them. They need you. But then I think about the repercussions of increasing the addictiveness of the social media platforms, and I'm like, I don't want to be part of it,
Yeah,
I don't want to be a part of it.
What if have you ever thought about what if David Goggins had thought the same way and said he didn't want to be part of it and he didn't want to share his story and he didn't want to write that book? Where would you be?
I haven't thought about that, but you are totally right.
I mean, seriously, he had to wrestle with that. I mean, David Goggins is not a guy that is seeking attention. He is a guy that put his story out there and attention flooded to him because it's an incredible story. But if he had chosen not to do that, where would you be? Where would Rich Hernandez be? Where would I be? I mean, that book, his message, his Instagram has been very powerful for all three of us and many people listening to this. It's a different way of thinking about it.
You're right, man. It is a different way to think about it. You're right.
I mean, there's also, and he also does it in a way where he's not trying to steal attention for doing dumb things. He is putting a message out there that he's proud of. If you want to listen to it, listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, he doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't care really. And that's the thing. I think for me, it's, I don't want to play the game. I want to be authentic. I want authenticity, because nowadays people are making these AI generated videos, and they are not even the person. The person behind the social media is not the person that is appearing in the videos, And this is bothering me. I mean, that's just playing with people, not being real. This is not real. It bothers me, But I think you're right. Maybe I'm just making excuses.
Maybe. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. But like, I see what Rich Hernandez is doing, and like, he's kind of playing the game, but he's also just showing people what he's doing, But on a real thing, like, if you had the opportunity to meet David Goggins, Truett Haynes, Rich Hernandez, do you want to go head to head with those guys? Do you want to be around them? Or are you more comfortable from a distance? Like, I mean, what is that like for you?
I'd love to meet those guys. So I think it would be awesome to meet them, and because when you're around people that are better than you, and you're humble enough, you will improve. For example, I've never done 1,000 push-ups in my life, and Rich told me, you can do it for sure. I said, okay, let's do it. I joined him in a live stream, and I trusted my body, I trusted my mind, and I said, yeah, let's do it. Thanks to him, now I'm better.
Yeah.
Because when we are when you are along, or you hang out with people that are better than you will be better. You will get better.
Well, there's a famous saying for that: iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. That's true.
And that's what it's exactly all about. If you can be around people that are better than you, you will be better. And you can say, go even further, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But there is no question that iron sharpens iron. If you had the opportunity to go train with Truett Haynes and David Goggins and Rich Hernandez on a regular basis, all of you are going to be better. Everybody. That's what happens in the MMA and wrestling and in jiu-jitsu and any of those places where people seek out. Like, if you're the top dog at your gym, you're only getting so good. But if you can go somewhere else to where you are not the top dog, in fact, maybe you are the worst one there, you will improve so fast and so quickly. And, so all those guys are always seeking and training and traveling to these other places where they're not the best. They're seeking that out. It's wild to see. But I would love to see. I mean, it was cool to watch Cameron Haynes and David Goggins get together and train. And it was. I'm sure that
and
it
they
was
pushed.
great for people. Yeah, they push. You are, the next thing that you're doing is the 8-hour challenge, right? 4 or 4
Yeah,
or
I'm
8
going
hours?
back for the title. Yeah, because as I told you, as I said before, the deal here is I am obsessed with human performance, and somebody out there show me that there's more. So I'm back for more, because I am not here just for the titles. I am curious. I'm genuinely curious. What's the best a human can do? And I can't trust that anybody out there is putting the work. I mean, they're good, But did they try this and that, and also this and also that? And did they slept well? Did they knew this or knew that? Their tendons were well. If they had an injury, I can't know that. But the only person I can trust to understand what's really the limit is myself. I am not saying that I will be the best forever. No, I will not. I know the records are made to be broken, but I want to test it.
Yeah.
I really want the taste of the limits. I really want to taste it. Because the thing that changed me, if I may, the change that changed me is that I was about to die. And I understood that the judgment day is done by yourself, not by God. God loves you, and God will never judge you. The judgment day is done by yourself. When this proverbial life movie gets in front of you, plays in front of you, and you see like a really boring trailer instead of a great movie, that's judgment day, bro. And that happened to me. And I understood I can die anytime. And instead of just living automatically, I understood the meaning of urgency. I'm not in a rush, because if you work in a rush, you just do half-ass work, you know? Okay, it's okay, just do it, send it. It's like that. Okay, it works, just do it. No, when you have a sense of urgency, your mind is, what's next? What can I do? What is next in the list? What else can I do? And this is a mindset. I am not thinking about, I need 60,000 more pull-ups to be this good, or I don't count down, I count up. I count up how much I can learn, how much more I can learn, how much more I can do, what else I can do for someone else. What else is out there for me to be done? It's a change of mindset. I know this is my second chance in life. I even remember it with a tattoo in my arm. Second chance, make it count. And that reminds me that I will die, and judgment day is coming. I have a problem. I am dying, and I understand I am dying. And I'm not in a rush, but I have a sense of urgency. I know that time's coming. My time is coming. And you know this great movie Gladiator? I think that's Gladiator where they asked Maximus, "You're not scared of dying?" And he says, "Death smiles to us all, my dear friend. The only job the man has, or the only thing a man can do, is to smile back when the time comes. And you are not smiling back in the moment of your death. You're smiling back by living a life worth dying for." I understand that more than 99.99% of people. And that's why I'm doing more every day. And I'm obsessed with living, writing books. I mean, this year I am teaching thousands of people. I am breaking three world records. I am planning on writing 2 books. I am writing another 5 ebooks, so I can do more. I learned the meaning of Judgment Day and the urgency of living. I really understand that. I think that's the big thing. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
And it's responsibility.
That was actually my next question to you, is if you were writing these things down, these lessons that you're learning, these, whether they're biohacking things or mind hacking things, or I don't even like that term hacking, because you're not hacking, you're learning about how your body and your brain work, right? That's not really a hack. It's like you're just becoming better at being a human being, right? You understand what's going on in your mind. So are you writing these down? You said you're going to write 2 books this year. You're going to write more ebooks. Are there already ebooks out there? Can we get something from you on mindset? Can we get something from you on nutrition, or what do you write about?
I'm writing an ebook the topic now is fasting, an ebook of fasting, understanding fasting in a really easy way, deep about fasting, because normally people don't explain this. And been going deep on fasting, but really a good way, easy way to learn it. I am writing another book that is like lessons in the story behind what happened in the last 80 years when I was sick, obese, and an alcoholic, and now that I am breaking three world records in 1 year. This transformation, I want it to be in a book that people can learn from and make it their own, just as David did for me. I want to pay back to the world as well. And there is another big one. I don't think that this is releasing this year, but it's a big one. I call it From Sapiens to Super Sapiens. It's a 24 topics of how to activate the superhuman mode from your body. You know, the thought is that your human body is capable of much more. It's like when you get, for example, a Bugatti. You know, you get two keys, a black one and a red one, and the red one activates the supercar mode. But if you don't know that, you will be stuck with the black key, and you don't know there is a supercar mode in your car. And we are stuck with a regular human body, but our bodies are capable of much more. You need to understand your body and understand your mind. When you do that, you become limitless. If it doesn't break laws of physics, it's possible. And it's possible for you if you really want it. And
I love it.
Yeah, 24 lessons about
where do you sell those
hacking
books?
the body. Now they are. I haven't published any of them. The ebook will be just out from my Instagram page. I will just release it, and people can download it. But the one that I am working on right now is the lessons from the record. I think the name or the provisional name, although the name for now is Unbreakable. And Unbreakable is the story of how not to be broken by life, and how everybody has this inside of us. We can do great things. We were born. I tell people when they are in depression, when they are sad, when they are scared, I tell them, you know what? You are a soul that lives inside a body that is like a suit. It's like a super suit. Like when Iron Man like Tony Stark gets into the Iron Man suit. Just think about that. The suit controls everything, and the software tells you everything. You cannot look outside. You are wearing a suit. Think about that. You are a soul. You're a soul, and your soul is immune. Your soul is immune to anything that happens in the world. Immune, totally, completely. And your body can suffer. Your mind can suffer, but you are immune, and your body is capable of much more than you think. But you just have to take care of it. The only one you've got. Just take care of it and learn how to use it, and your mind as well. So this is the lessons for Unbreakable, and it's not out there yet. I'm talking to the
publisher,
editorial in Spanish, but publisher. Yes, thank you. I'm talking to the publisher. Yeah, I'm talking to the publisher, and they will be reviewing the scribbles I've got, make it readable. And hopefully at the end of the year it can be out there, so people can buy it and learn from it.
That's fantastic. Well,
by the end of the year.
You're an animal. I love your mindset. I love what you've been able to do. You are a super sapien, and it's been great to have you on the show. I really appreciate it. I know you're going to do great in your next record attempt. What day is that? When can we watch that?
In the 31st, May the 31st.
May the 31st. Okay, and that's going to be
Yes,
on your
sir.
Instagram? You're going to put that out there?
Yeah, through my Instagram, I'll be doing Instagram lives. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to follow up.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Your Instagram is ez.biohacker. And that's
Exactly.
Enrique Zapata. That's where you can
Yes, sir.
that's where you can follow him. So go to that Instagram. I'm not sure if you have other social media. Is it mostly Instagram is where you are?
Mostly Instagram. Yeah, mostly Instagram because I take care of it, and yeah, I don't have that much time for other platforms.
I gotcha. You're doing pull-ups all the time. It's hard to type while you're doing pull-ups. My friend,
with a blistered hand,
yeah. I plan on keeping in touch with you, and I'm going to try your super glue trick. Hopefully, we got Murph coming up on Monday, so hopefully
Nice.
that I won't tear. But if I do, I'll have some super glue with me.
For the ankles, if you go for a long walk, if you are rocking or you are hunting or whatever, to maybe get some blisters in the foot on your ankles, it helps. It makes a difference, bro.
I love it.
Just try it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good try. I'll do it. Okay, Enrique, thank you so much, and good luck on your attempt. We'll be watching from Instagram, and everybody go follow him, and good luck. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Take good care.